Good evening, welcome to Last Bell Boxing. Tonight we've got a bit of a special. We're joined by legendary trainer Billy Nelson. Good evening, Billy.
Good evening, guys.
And we're also joined by Chris. Hi, Chris, how you going?
Not too bad, not too bad. Good to be on the show.
So, Billy, as I say, time's money, so I'm going to jump straight into it, okay? What's the latest position with Martin Bakole and Tony Yoka? Because there's a lot of rumours flying around that regarding the IBF and Yoka going to fight Ergovic.
Well, I've just been notified maybe an hour and a half ago that Yoka's accepted to fight Filip Hrgovic, even though he's under contract to fight Martin Bakole. So we'll just have to see where that goes. You know,
Bit messy.
Sorry?
It's a bit messy then at the minute, I take it.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
He already... We were offered this fight, I think it was end of November, against Yoka. We accepted it. We agreed the purses, the venue, the date, and then without even telling us, they went and got Takam. Takam later got injured, and then they came back and asked us, basically begged us to fight, and we accepted. On 5 weeks' notice, we accepted the fight. And unfortunately, due to COVID, sport and culture were affected in France, and they had to cancel the fight, but they had to reschedule it within a certain period of time that clearly stated in the contract.
So yeah, that leaves you in the right predicament. Because I'm assuming you've not had to have a plan B in place, have you, Billy, regarding if Martin?
I can't hear you. Sorry.
I said I'm assuming you've not had a plan B in place regarding Martin because the fight's all signed and sealed. Would that be accurate?
Well, we actually were offered a. I mean, it's quite funny. I mean, see if the general public really knew the figures were involved. We were offered a fight against a guy for 60% more than what we were offered for Hrgovic.
Right.
And we were in the process of accepting that fight when Yoka came back, because Martin was desperate to fight Yoka and knock him out in France.
Right. That must leave a right bad taste in your mouth, you know, the way things
he's been a bit of a shit house on 2 occasions now, you know what I mean? So, but he'll get his comeuppance if they ever meet.
Yeah. Yeah. So just coming on to Thor, what a transformation in his body for since you've started training him. It's amazing. It's something like he's the lightest he's been since the age of 10 or something like that, I think he's quoted as saying.
No, he's at it.
I'm saying what I've read. It's in the paper, so it must be true.
No, he's 147 kilos now. I wish I could do the transformation myself, but he's done exceptionally well. He's improved a lot.
Yeah,
he's actually been hurting professional boxers back in Scotland there. So he knocked a few out. He's improving bundles.
Any update on the Eddie Hall fight, Billeg? Is it March?
We've got nothing date wise for that either.
Right, okay.
Although I do expect something to happen shortly.
So Thor had any boxing experience, Billy, before you took him under your wing?
He was trained by a local amateur trainer over here in Iceland. You know, but basically he's been getting trained properly since I met up with him end of June.
Right. So where have you been having him staying? Has he been staying in Airdrie with you, or has he been?
He's been staying in Airbnb in Airdrie.
Right.
Plus, I've been over. I was over in Iceland for 8 weeks last year. I'm here for 4 weeks the now. It may be longer now. I don't know.
Yeah. What do Martin and Thor think of Airdrie then?
Good steak.
Well, at the end of the day, mate, they're there to ply their trade.
Yeah.
So in Martin's case, I I like to think they've made a good choice, and I'm a half decent trainer, so
Certainly are.
So, you know, they're there for specifically for boxing. Listen, a bed's a bed.
Mm.
They've both. Thor stayed in a nice Airbnb. Martin says he's got his own wee house now. So
yeah,
it's all looking good.
Yeah.
Until about an hour and a half ago.
So who else have you got in the Fighting Scots gym then at the moment?
Well, it's not a Fighting Scots gym anymore. It's called Engaged Boxing Gym. I've just got those two, and I've got a young boy called Ryan Clark, who came to me a couple of years back, maybe 2.5 years ago now, at 16 stone 10.
Yeah.
And within, I'd say 12 months, he was down at 11 stone.
Jesus.
Fighting in the Scottish novices. He reached the semi-final, and I thought he was robbed in the semi.
Yeah.
And he fought the winner a couple of weeks later and absolutely obliterated the boy.
Yeah.
So he will turn pro with me this year, sorry.
Right.
If we can get him some, quite a few fights in a short period of time.
Yeah.
Which is a big ask just now, actually.
I tell you now that we've got you. What happened with David Brophy after he obviously won the Commonwealth and he fought Rocky Fielding? Did he just drift away from the game? I know he had an eye injury.
No, he had an eye injury, sustained an eye injury in sparring.
Yeah.
An elbow hit the top of his head, affected the nerve behind the eye. He actually had to get the eye took out, and the nerve replaced behind the eye.
Yeah.
But it never really repaired 100%. So
right.
The best thing to do was retire. But he's doing particularly well for himself now.
Yeah.
I handed over the lease to my gym for him because he's young. Yeah. He's young. He's got a big clientele base, and he's doing really well for himself, which is nice.
Yeah. I don't know if you know David Brophy, Carol, but he was a really
I know David Brophy.
promising footballer, wasn't he, Billy, until he got injured as well?
Well, he'd only ever been beat with two world champions, George Groves and Rocky Fielding. Went over to Melbourne on March the 17th. I think it was 2018 or 17.
Yeah.
And knocked out Zach Dunn, who was at the time was number 5 in the world. But in truth, David should have really been a middleweight.
Yeah.
A super middleweight, but he was foolishly advised by somebody to go to super middleweight and put muscle on, which he shouldn't have done.
But you could see that in the Groves fight, wasn't it? Groves looked so much stronger than him. He did. That must rank among one of the best victories. So when you went over to Australia and won the Commonwealth title, it was fantastic.
Fantastic, because it would have been a hell of a journey coming back.
Yeah.
I've had some fantastic nights, a lot of great nights with Ricky Burns, Scott Harrison, Alex Arthur, Willie Lemond, John Simpson fighting Martin Lindsay over in Belfast, winning the British title outright. That was a fantastic performance. He was probably the unluckiest boxer I've ever trained. Forgetting to sit off of judges.
John began to fall a little bit out of his weight as well as he got older, didn't he?
But you just I would ignore that from his resume because he shouldn't have been fighting anywhere near lightweight. If he fought John Murray, it was like David and Goliath, wasn't it?
I know that was on the Ricky Burns. Was it Terence Crawford undercard? That one, I think it was potentially maybe. But
no, that was it. I'm sure that fight was at Bray Head. It might have been under one of Ricky's undercards. I don't think.
I remember being at it. It was a quality night, actually, anyway, and a good fight. But John Murray just walked through him. Was it three rounds, something like that?
3 or 4 rounds. But John Simpson was an exceptionally tough guy and a great wee boxer. Wee guy. The best spar I've ever seen in my life was him and Ricky Burns, because he was ideal. I can't remember who it was we were fighting. I think we were fighting an African boy for the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
And the guy was a wee bit of a tearaway and he just came rushing in. So I says to John, I says, replicate that African. I says, I want a 3-round war here. Oh,
yeah.
Everybody in the gym stopped and applauded. It was fantastic.
Yeah. But even when he fought Terry Matthews, John was fantastic as well, wasn't he? He was
very unlucky there as well down in Liverpool. Yeah. Fair play to Derry. He won the fight, but you know, that's how we get the nickname Derry Matthews up, Dirty Derry
Dirty
after that, because
Dirty
he
Derry.
elbowed him in the top of the head. He done everything as well as punch him.
But you've had some great guys as well. You know, you've had a few guys I know as well. You've had Paul Appleby and Big Simo as well. You've had Monster.
Big Simo won the European title with him, got robbed over in
Germany.
Terrible decision. That was diabolical.
It was.
There was two German judges. Do you know? We were that badly treated over there. We put the bandages on in the change rooms ourselves. Nobody was there, but it was just me and Stephen in the change rooms. And then about 2 minutes before we get called out, they wanted us to cut the bandages off,
right?
Because they never seen, the bandages getting put on us. I says, I mean, take a fuck to yourself. I says,
yeah,
we're not doing that. I says, and everything, absolutely everything was in his favour.
Yeah.
Simmons won that fight by 5 rounds. A Danish judge gave him up by 4, and the 2 German judges gave him up by, I think it was 2 rounds, gave the German it.
Yeah.
I actually said to Sowland in the ring, I says, the belt will be coming back to Britain, at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
And his exact words to me were, you're in Germany. I went,
yeah.
In joking.
It was one of the worst decisions at the time. I remember sending Stephen a text after it, actually. But
Stephen worked so hard for that fight. That's what pisses me off the most, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was Giva was number 1 with the WBO. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good fighter, but he lost that night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think Simo's best night was against Camacho, obviously, wasn't it? When he beat Wadi Camacho.
It was a wee bit of a grudge match, wasn't it?
Camacho was
a bit of a silly boy saying silly things.
Yeah.
But he got his comeuppance and he got stopped in the last round. I'm led to. I think Stephen was behind in the last round as well.
Yeah. What type of shape did he go in against Askin?
Stephen was in good condition. That was some body shot he got up with.
It was a peach. It was a peach.
Oh, the nailer. It was a nailer. No, Nate Haskins was the better man in the night. Listen, see, at the end of the day, see if somebody's better than you on the night, put your hand up and admit it. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
There's no disgrace. I mean, Jesus Christ. Ricky Burns had 23 fights for me. He won 21, drew 1 and lost 1. And his only defeat was against Terence Crawford on a points decision.
Yeah.
Is that? Do you hang your head in shame because of that? No. Your head should be up there.
Yeah. Absolutely not. So how did you get into boxing? You started, was it the Glasgow Transport Gym fighting under Peter Harrison?
Well, I started down in Govan, and then a friend of mine was training along with Peter, and I went along and stayed with Peter till I was about 28, 27, and Scott Harrison was, I think he'd just won the under-19 European amateur title when he was 17, and he was just about to turn pro, and Peter asked me to be his assistant trainer.
Yeah.
And I mean, Scotland don't ever have a finer coach than him.
No.
Just a fantastic coach.
Yeah. And where do you see the next Scottish coach coming from? Is Alex doing well up in? I've left Edinburgh now. I actually live outside Manchester now. So
Alex, a wealth of knowledge, isn't he? I mean, his son has won numerous titles. Young Macklin.
Yeah.
Craig Dixon's an exceptional who was Cash Farouk's coach.
Yeah.
I mean, my heart goes out. No one to the boxer, because people don't even think about the coaches, the time and effort that we put in as well. You know what I mean? It's just easily forgotten. You're easily forgotten when things are wrong. You know what I mean?
Do you know something? I seen something today. Do you know Eddie Hearn's still not spoken to Cash Farouk? And I just thought that was really, really poor quality.
Well, that's disgusting if that's the case, isn't it, really?
Cash came out and said it. It's on Twitter today that he said, I've still not spoke to Eddie Hearn, but I'm heartbroken. So he obviously not heartbroken and not speaking to Eddie, but just at the fact.
I know Eddie Hearn said on the IFL interview that he's going to do some kind of fundraising for Cash. But
do you know what he should do? Say if he's a man at all, what he should do is run a show up in Glasgow, and I would personally allow Martin Bakole to fight for zero in an exhibition, say if we had maybe 6 exhibition matches, Ricky Burns versus Willie Lemond, Martin Bakole versus another couple of top names like Lee McGregor versus just top names, just doing 6-week exhibitions, 20 quid a head to get in and give cash for it, all the gate money, and have to get any TV for it or whatever. Give them it all.
Well, we see it in football with testimonials, you know.
I know. I mean, it's heartbreaking what the wee guys went through. And I know Ian Wilson very well, and he, you know, very close to cash.
Yeah.
But I mean, if that was, and even Big Thor would come and do a wee exhibition, you know, just a 3-3s just to promote the show and get more people in. Why not do that for people like that? I mean that's that boy's whole life.
Yeah.
Dreams.
I think I read somewhere that Ian was going to give him a position at the St Andrews Sporting Club.
A talent spotter, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I don't know how many boxers in Scotland now, but.
No, we've certainly had our fair share of heartbreak in Scotland anyway. So, you know, with Jimmy Murray and, you know, Mike Tell, we certainly don't need another one, you know. But
no, not at all. No, of course. I mean, the right decision was made, undoubtedly. But, you know, let's support the guy after his boxing career. Not just him. I mean, not just cash. You know, maybe they could do a fundraising exhibition night, give cash X amount, and put X amount in a pot for maybe other people that may need it.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. I think people don't realise just how little the guys get paid. You know, and certainly in something even like the private members club at the St Andrews Sporting Club, you know, some of these guys are under £1,000, aren't they? That they're clearing.
They are.
You know,
I mean, they're not like football players. If they're injured, they get paid. They don't. They only get paid when they fight.
Yeah.
Now your average 4-rounder guy that's not an experienced amateur would be on £800.
Yeah.
I think that's the going rate. Maybe 1,000. I don't know.
Yeah.
And there must be some overheads come out of that as well, isn't there, Billy? Must be some overheads.
Well, they paid a trainer.
Oh, right. So that's clear. Yeah.
So how long do you think you'll be in the sport, Billy? Have you still got a few years left?
Well, I've got young Ryan. I've got Martin's still got 6-7 years ahead of him.
Yeah.
Thor will have a couple of years maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan's only 19 years old, so he's going to be a good boy. He could be a good boy potentially. So
how would you map out Martin's career from now then, if you had the opportunity to, you know, if it was within your hands and you had the?
Well, listen. There's a few things that we're not happy with regarding the Yoka, and we're going to make inquiries to certain people about things.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel that Yoka should be forced to fight us because we're contracted to fight him. He's broke the contract. So why don't the IBF make Yoka fight us and then the winner fights Hrgovic?
Yeah.
You know, because Hrgovic, no matter what Carlos Ireland tells you, I'm Martin's manager. I know what happened. Last year, they asked us to fight Hrgovic. We said yes, but we'd like a warm-up fight because we hadn't fought since December.
Right.
And before that, it was 13 months before that. So he had one fight in about 20 months.
Yeah.
They agreed. So Hrgovic had his fight before us, and we had a fight in Dubai. And we were waiting on the phone call. Nothing. You know, so Hrgovic got his trainers on, put a double knot in them and ran.
Yeah.
You know, and then he went back down the list again.
And what about that phone though, Billy? Does the phone ring if Eddie's looking for, say, an opponent for Joseph Parker, or if he's looking for someone to fight? You know, obviously you fought Michael Hunter on a Matchroom show. Does Eddie reach out for Bakole at all?
Well, what I'm going to say here, right? We were with Eddie Hearn for 4 fights, won 3 by knockout, and then beat Kuzman, who's a good fighter, on points. Eddie wouldn't put us in with any of his fighters while we were with him. So why would they do it when we're not with him?
Insane.
Because Eddie knows what Martin's done with AJ. He knows what he's done with Daniel DeBow. He knows what he's done with Joe Joyce. And that's
it's quite possibly the most avoided fighter in the heavyweight division, isn't it, Billy? Really?
Of course he is. They say Higovic is. Well, why is Higovic not fighting Martin? That's twice now. Yoka's avoided his. It went behind our back and got Takam. Takam got injured, and then he asked us again. You know, and we agreed in a substantial purse to fight Yoka.
Yeah.
Twice plus what was getting offered to fight Higovic for the eliminator.
Yeah.
And then that's been took away from him as well, potentially.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where he goes now if that's the case, you know.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, as I said to you, we were offered a fight against a guy in the top 10.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm led to believe, he's still not got an opponent. So that could get, looked at. But we're not giving up hope in the Yoka fight yet.
Yeah. Would you take Conlan again?
Of course we would.
Yeah.
You take anybody?
Martin would fight anybody, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
These bullshitters that say we'll fight anybody, will fight this, that, next. They don't do it.
Yeah.
Reality. Higovic asked Martin to fight him. We said yes. He ran away. He did run away.
Yeah.
Don't listen to what other people tell you. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Right now, Yoka's done it. Who's the odd one out? Who's the common denominator?
Yeah.
Us, Martin Bakole. Because they know what he's done to everybody in the gyms.
Right.
I mean, Derek Chisora's been offered the fight twice. No chance.
You got to think though, Chisora's kind of one of the ideal opponents for Bakole, isn't he? I think Martin would be able to show himself off really, really well.
Martin would stop Derek Chisora. I had his old coach in the gym a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And said, Billy, because it sparred a few years ago. Said, Billy, his exact words to me sitting down were, he would have beat Chisora 2 years ago comfortably. Now, after watching him spar his boys, he said now it would stop him very quickly.
Yeah. So did Martin have any amateur experience when he came over to you?
13 amateur fights.
Right.
And when he came to me, I don't know what it was. Was he 9-0, 10-0, something like that? 9-0, 8-0, so I don't know. I think it might have been 8 or 7.
Yeah.
But you've got MTK on board now, haven't you, Billy? MTK on board?
Yep.
So that should open a few doors.
They have been absolutely fantastic for Martin Bakole. They helped so much with a guidance for me to help Martin get a 3-year visa, sportsman's visa here. I mean, we managed to get that with the help of MTK. I managed to get a sponsor's license, and Martin got his visa within about 7 months. We never even got when we were with Matchroom. We applied in March, and we fought Kuzman in December, and they never even had a response back for the sponsor's license for them to hold a sponsor's license. So you need a sponsor's license to apply for the visa.
Yeah.
And in 9 months they couldn't even get the sponsor's license. We had everything. We had the visa in his hand in 7 months.
Yeah. Right.
All thanks to MTK.
Yeah. Have you been over to Congo with him?
Not as yet, no.
Yeah.
But I'd like to go and fight. I'd like to go and fight there.
Like I've heard that he is genuinely a household name over there.
Oh, big time! Well, he's a prince.
Yeah.
Him and his brother are princes. His dad's the king of Kananga.
And it's an emerging market, the African boxing market, Bill, isn't it?
Of course it is. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that if Martin Bakole fought for a world title, the government would want him to defend his title there.
Yeah.
And they'd look after them very, very well.
Yeah. Great.
So, quick final prediction for me, but obviously I'm a Nottingham lad, and we've been debating about Conlan versus Lee Wood. So I'd like to get your prediction on that fight, if you don't mind. How you think it plays out and who wins?
I think that's an exceptionally good fight.
Don't upset me.
Me personally, I would slightly favour Conlan.
See, there's something in the Scottish blood here. I'm the same as you, Billy. I think Conlan's just that level above him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think. Listen, Lee Wood done exceptionally well to beat. I can't even pronounce the guy's name.
Kanzu.
Yeah.
I mean, he was meant to be a right danger man, but he never turned up. He never looked like a danger man on the night, did he?
Correct.
He did look like a man that had been out the ring for a very long time, and that's not taking anything away from Wood's performance, because he done exceptionally well. But Conlan's not in that category.
Yeah.
And Conlan, in my opinion, is a better fighter than Zoo.
Okay.
All round.
Yeah.
Well, on that high note, then, Billy, appreciate your time. Okay, good luck with all things Mikabu. Hope you sort it all out and get him in the ring.
That's the most important thing. Getting him a fight. Getting him out as quickly as possible.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. Because just off the record, I predicted Mikabu to win against Yoka, but your fellow Scottishman predicted that Yoka would beat him.
Oh, that's what you thought. Chris thought Yoka would beat him.
Didn't you, Chris?
What was that? Sorry.
On front up, Chris, you thought Yoka would beat Mikabu, didn't you?
Yeah, I did actually. I must admit, I don't like what he's done from what you've said, in terms of how he's handled the fight. But I actually quite like Yoka as a fighter.
No, he's a good fighter.
Yeah, and I think
I sincerely, well, more importantly, Martin felt that he would have went over there and knocked him out.
Yeah. But I think Bakole and what he's done, is kind of went under the radar. Even when he fought
Let's say at the end of the day, mate, I know I've had to be a bit vocal for Martin because he's African. He sells 0 tickets.
Yeah.
3.5 years ago, the boy was on the figures we were talking about. For 4 rounds.
Yeah.
6 round, 6 round fights.
Yeah.
If we would have fought Yoka, he would have been potentially in the top 5 of the world.
Yeah.
I mean? And there's a reason why
I don't think I've done too bad a job in 3.5 years. Considering he's been out for the best part of 18 months due to the COVID.
There's clearly a reason why they're all ducking him. There's clearly a reason why they're all ducking him, isn't there?
Oh, of course there is. Listen, we'd fight Daniel Debo tomorrow. Listen, there's a wee story for you. I was asked in December by a matchmaker from is it Queensbury?
Yeah.
Would you fight Daniel Debo, or would you fight Daniel Debo or Joe Joyce? I said we'd fight either of them in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You would? I said yes, we would. I said just get in touch with MTK and get it sorted. I says we'll fight either of them. We never heard another word.
Interesting,
but very, very true.
Yeah, it speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Listen.
But again, Bill, I really appreciate your time. Okay, good luck over there. Good luck with Mikabu. I hope it all plays out for you.
His name's no Makabu.
Bakole.
Martin Bakole. His brother's Makabu.
It's been a long night. Let's try again. Good luck with Bakole.
Thank you.
Right, family.
And his real name's Bakole. His first name is Bakole Martin. It's just that in Africa, you're known as your surname, which is Martin. So Martin Bakole.
Right.
Every day's a school day. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Take care, fella. Okay.
Take care, mate. All the best. Thanks.